Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Today I'm coming to you from my backyard. I just wanted to give you guys a quick tour of some of the things I've done, and hopefully this might give you some inspiration to maybe add some of this cool smart home tech to your backyard. Now, my backyard does not have as many things as my inside of my house does, obviously, and let's face it, guys, there are I've gotten a few comments in the past when I've done my smart home tours. I call them the smart home tour on steroids. I have over 100 devices constantly connected to my network, and some of which naturally is not going to be things that maybe everybody would want, but for the most part, almost every light in my house is smart. And when I say smart, when I refer to a device or as being smart, it just means that you're able to, at least by my definition, you're able to control that lighting status, change the color, depending on which type of device it is, turn the lamp on or off, and do that with timers or remotely with from inside or outside your network using your phone or tablet, or use Google Assistant or the Amazon Smart Assistant to do these things, from their apps with your voice. Remember, guys, when it comes to smart home tech, your voice pretty much replaces the switch, or your phone, basically. But I find that having voice control integrated with a lot of these devices, especially if you haven't checked out my video on this brand new phone that came out. This is one of the few phones that has this feature. This is the Stylo 6 by LG. This has got its own Google Assistant button on the side, an activation button. So whenever I want to do something as far as turning the lights on or controlling things that are smart within my home, I can do that from inside or outside my network just by pressing that button. It'll activate her and I can speak into her without actually stating the wake word. So this has been a great feature on this phone, and I hope to see it on other phones as well and other tablets in the near future. But this is a real win for me. This is a real great feature, and I use it all the time. What's really nice about it is, like I've said in the past with my other smart home videos, is that Google and the Amazon Assistant, they play well with others. So you could have all kinds of different products by different manufacturers, and you don't have to think to yourself, oh, which app is that under? Which device is that? Is that a LifeX bulb or is that a Smart Light bulb? Is that a Tekken bulb? Is a Nui bulb? With the Google Assistants and the Amazon Assistants, you can use one app to control all these different devices. So if you have a situation like I do, where maybe one of my rooms has devices by different manufacturers, you still want to be able to turn those lights on together as a group. You can do that with the Google Home or Amazon Assistant. It allows you to set rooms, to set groups, to control devices that normally wouldn't play well with each other, right? So again, today I just want to show you some of the things I've done in my backyard that's added some convenience, and it really made the backyard really warm and inviting, especially at night. So most of the stuff we're going to talk about today is really just lighting in the backyard, and it's going to hopefully give you guys some inspiration on what you might want to do in your backyard. If you want to, entertain, or maybe have your backyard set up where it's ready to go at all hours of the day. I can entertain back here at midnight if I want to, and there's going to be nice lighting. It's going to be very comfortable, and I feel like lighting, white, especially outdoors, and if you've seen any kind of wedding movies or any kind of movies where they feature a lot of white lights, and generally see them in wedding settings, I've always found that to be very magical. It's very warm, it's inviting, it's fun, it's festive, and it's very romantic in my opinion. Not without sounding too much like a sap here, that's what I think about it. So just to show you guys a little bit of what I've done, obviously you can see in the background here I have some sail shades set up. I did have a pergola that me and my dad built over the hot tub, and I've trained the wisteria to grow up and around that. But unfortunately, where I live, this is a very private backyard. It's all fenced in. There is no access other than through the garage or through the front. And the wisteria was just really messy. It's very invasive, and it's very aggressive, and it just wasn't the right thing to have in such a small backyard. So I took that down. I will eventually rebuild something up there using sail shades, kind of like a frame, maybe of 6x6s. But for right now, I just did kind of integrated these sail shades to help to get a little bit of not only privacy but also some shade back here, because this backyard in the middle of summer with the sun fully out, no clouds. Today we have a little bit of an overcast day. It can get pretty hot back here. Great for tanning, but not the best if you want to come out here and entertain and be able to use it comfortably. So what I have is a couple sail shades, 3 sail shades, triangular style ones, and you don't have to play with them. I took a couple hours to really find the best location, because these things kind of need to be stretched properly to really look nice and work properly. I have a couple ponds that I have hooked up to the smart home tech as well. Many string lights out here, my hot tub, and then I have an outdoor TV I want to show you as well. So what I want to do is I'm just going to give you guys a quick tour, and maybe this might give you guys some inspiration on what you might want to add to your own backyard. So let's check it out. So right off the bat, and I'm not going to apologize, but I normally, by this time of year, I normally will have fresh mulch back here in Beauty Bark. That is on my to-do list. So that'll help to keep the weeds down, make it look a little nicer. I'm not going to get into everything that I did. Everything back here you see I've planted with my own two hands and put in, as far as the patio, the hot tub, the light post, the flagpole. Everything back here I've done with my own two hands. So obviously right here coming off the garage and coming out the back door, I have this nice boxwood hedge that I've been training for years. It's been there about 15 years, super slow growing. It's a great shrub if you have an area that you want to, keep somewhat clean, not have to worry about leaves. Really low maintenance and really easy to keep small. It's not something that's going to get overgrown. Remember guys, I'm not a professional landscaper, but when you're planting things, when you first get them, they're small, obviously, but remember to give things enough space to grow. Take into consideration that it may take a long time for them to get to their maximum size, but these things do need space and they do grow. And if you put in too much, like my neighbor across the street went crazy putting in stuff, it's just going to get overgrown and look like shit, in a few years. So keep that in mind. Give things room to grow. Give them plenty of room where once they become fully mature, they're going to look nice and it's going to look like how maybe you want to look right now. You have to give it time. So right off the bat, there's many security cameras back here, and it's definitely peace of mind having those. I have to get some conduit and some wire loom and kind of hide these wires a little better. For now, they're just tucked, but we have back here, we have, how many do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of outdoor string lights. And what I've done is, obviously, you can see here, they're just draped across the patio to that pole that I sunk in the ground. It's just some warm-rised, pressure-treated outdoor lumber. It's a 4x4, and it allows me to have a central location to mount all these different string lights. I'll give you another angle from the back of the house here. And you can see all the lights. One strand of these, I believe they're a 40-foot Costco strand by Feet Electric. Costco no longer sells these, to the best of my knowledge. I will put a link in the description where you can get these. Basically what we have is 4 strands, or 2 strands that have been strung back and forth. 1 strand, so you got the first one over here, right here, right here. Is that correct? So far side right over the garage door here, right here. That's going to be white, kind of a warm white LED that's going to come up, and then it splits over to this side. So basically you're going to have warm white, RGB, warm white, RGB. And the RGB one's from Costco, they're LED as well, and it has an RF remote. You can change the color to red, blue, green. That's the only colors you can pick, and then you can cycle through those. So it's a really great way to add a little more color back here, but still have the ability to turn them white to get that maximum lighting. Next to that, over the hot tub, obviously you don't want to have anything over the hot tub that doesn't fall into National Electrical Code. So what I did is these ones here, the frosted ones, these are only about 15 bucks. Again, links will be in the description for all this stuff. Those ones there are actually solar. So there's a solar panel mounted on the far corner. Hopefully you can see that right here, the gutter, right there. And there's a battery in there, obviously. And these are basically flame simulating string lights. So basically these things you can drop in the water. There's no danger whatsoever being near water. I believe the National Electrical Code, and quote me or correct me if I'm wrong, is 5 feet. Anything above a body of water has to be more than 5 feet, and it has to be GFCI protected. It has to be 5 feet from the interior of the water. So inside not the hot tub itself, but where the water line is. So these are all over 5 feet. It's either 5 or 6 feet. Whatever it is, these are within that code for safety. Again, it's your backyard. You can do what you want, but do that at your own risk. I'm going around the side of the house here. Those are actually connected to the fence, and there's string lights going around the entire perimeter of the fence. And those are all, these are standard incandescents, because that's what I was sponsored by, this one company. They sent me these, and then I had some Harbor Freight ones left over as well, so I forget if I got them from that company or Harbor Freight, but they're actually on an outdoor smart dimmer. So over here I've added a post to the fence here, and obviously stained it to match everything. And on this post here, this allows me to connect another set of string lights to the pole and then back to the tree. And these ones are LED as well, warm white LED. And then on the fence, you can see right there on top, one of those is a smart control box that allows me to turn on the LEDs directly above us over the patio. And then the fence LEDs, those are on a, and again, this is by Tekken, this one here. It's a Tekken outdoor smart dimmer. And it's very difficult. Not many companies make a smart dimmer. A lot of people make smart sockets, smart switches, but if you want to actually be able to dim down a lamp that you plug in or dim down a set of string lights, you need to have a dimmable version, and a lot of companies don't make that. Tekken's one of the few that does make that, and this is a great device because there are situations, even inside my house, that I want to dim down some lamps, not actually have like a ceiling fixture or a can or whatnot, and I don't want to have necessarily a smart bulb. I just want to have just a standard bulb in there, a standard dimmable bulb, and just have the ability to dim up and down. This allows you to do that, and also set the minimum brightness. So this is a great product. Again, I'll put a link to all these in the description where you pick this up, probably through Amazon. That's where I get most of my stuff. On the fence, we have a couple just standard LED lights. These are also hooked up to a smart switch. On top of there, you'll have, this one here is the dimmable version, and on top of that is again, another smart switch that allows me to turn these on or off, but only on or off. So they're on a different switch. Now there is a box with another 3-socket switch, and this is just a little outdoor box I made. This whole circuit is GFCI protected, but that's just another little box I sprayed black, and I had some extension cords in there and a couple things plugged into another smart socket, allow me to turn those on or off remotely, one of which is my outdoor ponds and waterfall. This is just a really basic, very simple, you know, sunken pond liner from Lowe's or Amazon, wherever you want to get it. Some simple slate around it, nothing really too professional, nothing really over the top. There's a pump in there, and then I have another waterfall that I did right over here. Again, there's lots of guys who do some really great work. When I put the stuff in, I was new to kind of doing this stuff. I probably would have done things differently, but it still sounds good, it still looks good. The ivy fills in some of those mistakes that I made, and it's still functional, and I love it. It really adds a lot of really nice ambiance to the backyard. You have that nice sound of water, and that really helps to, as you can probably hear in the video, I have a road behind me here. You do get a lot of traffic. It never really bothers me, but the sound of the water helps to mask that, so that's pretty nice as well. On the fence, you'll see some outdoor, and again, links will be in description to each one of these products. These are some of the best outdoor solar lights that I've found. Unfortunately, some knucklehead stole one. I had it on the outside of the fence, and caught him on camera, but it's almost like he knew there was cameras because he was hiding beneath the fence, and he was able to get one. So I moved them back inside the fence, and these I have on 5 different positions. And what's really nice about these is when all the string lights are on, they think it's daytime, so they turn off. When they're off, these things give a nice kind of dim LED glow it's a kind of nightlight feature, and then when there's motion they turn on and they light up the whole perimeter around the fence. So these are really great. You just come back here at night, everything lights up, and they work fantastic. Really great solar panel in these. These are some of the best outdoor LED lights that I've reviewed. I've reviewed several different sets. We have the same lights over near the tree over here. We have 3 of them on the fence. And these are fantastic, and you can put these anywhere you want as long as you're getting some sunlight on them. They're really efficient. With mine, they last throughout the entire night on dim. Any movement, if I have to come back here for whatever reason, the lights aren't on, they just light up. If a raccoon gets back here, an animal, whatever it is, they really light up. It's a real nice peace of mind, but they are stealable, so keep that in mind when you mount them. Put them out of reach or put them somewhere where somebody's not going to be able to get them. My neighbor is pretty great, so I know she's not going to reach over and steal my light. I'm on the fence, the battery-powered star I made with some inexpensive kind of little wire lights. I just basically put a couple screws in there, made a star. I got them sent to me by a company last Christmas, and I didn't know what to do with them, so if I entertain, I turn them on. You have kind of a nice little decorative backyard star. Again, white lights going up the tree, and these are all on smart switches. And then I have 2 cans or 2 fence fixtures or house fixtures. They look like basically like lanterns, and those have an LED blue flame simulating lamp. So these actually look like a real flame, like a blue flame flickering. They're fantastic. Links are in description again to all these, and you get them in orange as well. I did the blue because it's just, I changed it up. And then over here against the house, this is an outdoor TV shield, a TV box. And so I do have it covered right now with just an automotive windshield cover with some bungee cords that I cut it down to fit. And the issue right now is because it gets so hot back here and you have direct sunlight, and I am going to show you this. If you leave an LED or an LCD TV in the sun, direct sun's not good for it, and it will turn black. Fortunately, the few times that's happened, the TV went back to normal, there was no issues, but in the meantime, until I have a sunshade up here, it does get pretty hot, and so I keep this over it to help prevent the TV from getting damaged. This is the TV shield. This is completely weatherproof. This particular one will take up to a 42-inch TV. I have a 39, I believe, in here. And so this is great. I have LED lights behind it. These are Bluetooth LED lights, kind of give some blue ambiance behind the TV. There is a smart speaker right here that I used just with a 3.5mm plug hooked to the TV that fires down through one of the vents in the bottom here. This thing is completely bug-proof, weatherproof. It's fantastic. There's vents and there's a cooling fan in this, so if the temperature gets too hot, it'll kick on, circulate that air, and keep the TV at operating temperature. I have hooked up behind the TV a Fire Stick, a Google Chromecast, and that's it. So it's not a smart TV, just a monitor. So I use those devices to stream media and music from YouTube, from my own network and my network attached storage, all my 650 movies. I can watch any one on here. I can put on a fake fireplace, put on a rock concert, put on Netflix, whatever I want to put on, I can put on here. I can call up the security cameras if I want this TV because it's Google Chromecast compatible, because it has the Chromecast built in, and that's a feature that they've added now where you can actually pull up a feed from, I believe it's mine or Zomato, so I can pull up a few Zomato feeds on that, and I think you can pull up the Wise cams as well on this. So that's a great feature. Now all this stuff works with your voice or with the app, whether it be the Google Home app or the Google Assistant or the Amazon Assistant. They all work with that, and they also work with those devices with your voice. Now I'm not going to get involved in how you set all that up. There's plenty of videos out there to do that. Very easy, but I can basically grab my battery-powered Google Home when I'm entertaining back here or hanging out, whatever I'm doing, and put it right on the table here while I'm in the hot tub. And if I want to change what's on the TV, if I want to go ahead and turn the lights on or off, turn on music, whatever I want to do, I can do it with my voice. So I'm not actually touching anything while in the hot tub. So that's a great safety feature as well. So this is a great device. Link is in the description for all these. The only thing I regret is not getting a larger TV. I don't know why I went with a smaller TV. This was a sponsored device, not the TV, but the TV Shield by the TV Shield company. It is really one of the few devices out there. Trust me, if you're looking to get a TV in your backyard, don't spend the money getting an outdoor TV. They really rip you off for those. They're upwards of like $2,000 and $3,000. This is a $100 TV from Best Buy with a TV Shield, and this thing, you know, if anything goes wrong with the TV, it's easy to replace and get something different. When you buy a TV designed for outside, you're basically buying something that if it fails, and it will eventually, you're going to be out a couple $1,000. So this, you're going to have to spend the initial investment getting the TV Shield. These are great. They're security mounted. They're lockable. Obviously mine's locked. It's mounted to the wall where you really can't take this down without making a ton of noise. You probably have to get a saw and take the wall out honestly to get this down, or destroy the entire thing to remove it. So it's great. It's weatherproof. It's temperature controlled. The only thing I do is in those really cold winters, I leave the TV on 24 hours a day. I know it's not the best for the TV, but ultimately I'd rather just have the TV prolong its life. And honestly, leaving electronics on, keeping that temperature the same and steady is better than turning things on or off. That's why generally businesses leave their computers on all the time. It's just better for the all electronics. So that creates a little bit of heat inside the box and keeps it warm. And then there's a couple plugs that you can plug the vents on top to help to keep that heat in and keep it at temperature. Summertime, I keep the vents open and of course keep it covered up in direct sunlight, unless I'm going to be using it, of course. So, and this is just something really simple. Again, just your standard, your standard windshield sunshade, and I just cut it down a little, couple bungee cords, and it works perfectly. Other than that, we have the hot tub. This is a plug-and-play hot tub by Aquaterra. This is the Adriana, fantastic deal. Check out my video on that where I just talk about the reliability and how long I've had it. And for all the knuckleheads who are like, oh, it's a disposable hot tub, it's not going to last very long. I've had it 2 years strong, and it's been absolutely fantastic. And the price point, $2,000 bucks. I mean, you really can't go wrong. Hot tubs are so expensive nowadays. And a lot of places, especially if you have like mom and pop shops, they all carry different brands, so they can really rip you off. So great hot tub. I definitely encourage you, if you're in the market for a hot tub, to check out Aquaterra. And again, guys, links for all this stuff is in the description. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know. I'm always here to help. And I hope this video, as simple as it is and what I've done, is fantastic at night. You can come back here, get in the hot tub. And I don't know about you guys, but when I'm like out here at night, you know, I know my backyard's very private. It's fenced in. It's safe, but you know, I don't like dark spaces. You know what I mean? I don't want to be sitting somewhere in the hot tub with a nice blue LED lights glowing and not be able to see around me. It's just a mental thing. Maybe one too many horror movies over the years, but I just really prefer to have things very well lit, and it's just really warm, inviting, and comfortable. So definitely check out the rest of my videos where I do the full smart home tour. Those are very popular on YouTube. It just gives you guys some inspiration for what you might want to add to your home if you haven't thought about it already. I have some other items in the garage we're not going to talk about today, but I have featured in other videos some of the things you can add to your garage to help make it more of your your man cave, so to speak. My whole home is the man cave, so you know, I have this stuff everywhere, but it gives you some ideas, and that's why I like to put these videos up. Again, if I can help in any way, guys, let me know. If you have any problems, let me know. My email address is in the description. Drop me a comment. I check that throughout the day, and I'm always here to help. So guys, thanks for watching the video. If you like the content, do subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day. Take care.